Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Matty here, and today we're doing some more Master Ball ranked gameplay. I'm actually pretty excited for this. I haven't done it in quite some time. The last time we did this was with Mewtwo and Giratina, and some of you guys really liked that video. So today we're going to be doing more ranked gameplay in the Master Ball rank, and today we're going to be playing Gyarados. Now Gyarados is a very different deck than any of the Giratina decks. However, I did talk about it a lot recently in my best ranked decks video, so you kind of practice how you play. We're going to go ahead and we are going to play Gyarados today. This is the list that we're playing. It's very much kind of standard Gyarados. I am playing 2 Misty, 2 Irida, 1 Sabrina, 1 Red, 1 Pokemon Communications, 2 Manaphy, 2 Gyarados, 2 Magikarp, all the standard stuff realistically. But what we're going to see here is 1 Giant Cape, 1 Rocky Helmet. Now, Gyarados honestly has a really decent matchup spread into probably what we're going to see most of the time in the ranked ladder right now, at least in Master Ball rank. We've got a good matchup against Giratina and Darkrai, and we have a good matchup against the Meowscarada decks. We can't struggle, of course, against some of those Hitmonlee fighting decks, but again, we'll have to see exactly what decks we go up against. This is a deck that I think is becoming more and more well-positioned. I've said it time and time again that I think it's a really good deck to be playing to grind ranked ladder, so hopefully it goes well for us today. Again, we're probably not going to edit out too much in this video. If we lose every game, then you know what, maybe we just don't have a video today. I'll probably upload it anyway, but this is a deck that realistically just relies heavily on drawing the right cards. But again, if you do get set up, there's not a lot that a lot of decks can do with it. So yeah, very volatile matchup spreads for Gyarados here. Let's go ahead and get into it. I've played a little bit of ranked, but I really haven't played in quite some time. We're ranked number 6,036th right now with 1,531 points. I believe we're sitting at about a 67% win rate. The few games that I have played in Master Rank, of course, it's much harder to have a higher win rate when you're in Master Ball rank. So currently we're at 67.5%, but again, that probably will go down the more Master Ball games that we play. But anyway, guys, let's get right into it. Not much else I can really say other than let's just get going. Let's just play some games. So again, Gyarados isn't really a deck that I played a lot of myself. In fact, playing mostly Giratina Mewtwo, Gyarados is a deck that I played a lot in my ranked climb, and in fact, it's one of the decks that I really don't like going up against because, they either find the cards and they roll you, or they don't find the cards and you lose. So again, it should be a really interesting video here to kind of showcase, how this deck performs in some matchups. It looks like we're going up against another water-type deck, which could very well be another Gyarados. We do have Giant Cape in our starting hand, which is very interesting, and our opponent is going to be leading with Manaphy here, but we are going first, so this is a very interesting turn. Let's see. So I think turn 1 Misty is never a terrible strategy. I think definitely let's Pokeball first. We could research this turn. Okay, so we draw the Manaphy. So this is really interesting. We're not going to be able to Oceanic Gift this turn anyway. So I think what we're probably going to do here, if I'm being entirely honest, is just bench the Manaphy and probably play Misty on the active Magikarp. That would allow us to leap out this turn if we do get a head flip on Magikarp. Anyway, we're kind of safe. So I think we can wait to play Research. I don't think we really need anything out this turn. And I don't think we have to play Giant Cape yet. So let's just Misty the Magikarp. Maybe we get lucky, maybe we don't. We are playing 2 copies of Misty in the deck, and we do flip Tails. So a little unfortunate for sure, but that's just the nature of playing Magikarp, or not Magikarp, but playing Gyarados, right? Now, I am playing 2 Misties in the deck. Now, I don't think that Gyarados is necessarily as reliant on the Misty coin flips as other water-type decks are, but I do think that you have a distinct advantage if you do flip those heads with Misty. So our opponent's going to go ahead and just hit us with the same exact thing. He also flips Tails, but I think going second, leading with Manaphy, is probably definitely an advantageous position for our opponent to be in, and he also did get the Origin Form Palkia down. So there's a lot of interesting stuff going on in this game. Our opponent is now 3 energies to our 0, which is definitely a significant upside to our opponent here. And again, we don't really have any way to go into our Manaphy other than attaching to Magikarp and then leaping out. Technically speaking, what we could do is just attach and then manually retreat, but I don't think that's ever worth doing. Let's go ahead and just play Research this turn. Maybe we draw into another Misties, we'll see. But there's the Gyarados, okay, in Pokemon Communication. So unfortunately, I think we are sort of limited to basically just doing, going ahead, attaching to Magikarp, leaping out. We miss out on 2 turns, basically, of Oceanic Gift, where our opponent definitely will have a lot more energies than us, but I think that this is probably our best move. I don't really think there's anything else that we should be doing here. We could evolve Gyarados, but again, I don't think it's really worth doing. I think we'd rather get Manaphy into the active spot. Let's go ahead and just leap out. It's not great, it really isn't, but we do have 1 Sabrina in the deck, which is going to be definitely good for the mirror matchup here. But I think whoever gets the first attack on the opposing, I guess, player's Gyarados is going to be pretty advantageous. We don't see Gyarados yet from our opponent, so that could be good for us. But I think either way, we're going to be in definitely a tough position for sure. Now, another interesting play that we could do here, we're definitely going to attach to Manaphy, is like next turn he might go into Origin Form Palkia and attack, which does 60 damage if he flips head. So what I'm actually going to do here, which again, I'm not experienced with Gyarados, this might not be a great play, but I am going to Giant Cape the Manaphy just to give us a 50-50 chance of living the attack from Origin Form Palkia next turn if he doesn't already have Gyarados. So definitely kind of a suspect play on our part, but I think it's something that we kind of have to do. We do have our Gyarados, our opponent hasn't, we haven't seen our opponent's Gyarados yet. So we're behind on energy, we have double Irida, and there's the Sabrina, so those are really, really good cards. Let's just go ahead, ride this out, and hope that our Manaphy lives this turn. If not, then we definitely are in a very awkward position, and there's really not a lot we can do other than maybe top deck Misty and get lucky. So we'll see what our opponent does here. We're definitely behind. It's unfortunate. I think, our opponent leading with Manaphy and going second definitely gave him a big advantage here. But again, you don't want to get tilted, right? Sometimes you get unlucky. Sometimes, things don't go your way. In the mirror matchup, it really is about who kind of gets the better start, the better lead off here. And our opponent is going to play the Sabrina, which is interesting. Definitely going to be going into Origin Form Palkia here and hopefully not getting KO'd by our opponent's Origin Form Palkia. That would be definitely not great. He is actually going to go into his own Magikarp, so this is really interesting. He's probably going to go ahead evolve, and that's not good for us, if I'm being entirely honest with you. It's really not. For the reason that our opponent now has 2 attacking options, whereas we only have 1 now, and that's not very good. Also, basically, we're kind of down to really, just having 1 Gyarados, whereas our opponent he did discard the energy from his Origin Form Palkia, which I guess is relevant, but it's really not that relevant. We'll put this Magikarp down, and I think what we kind of have to do is maybe play Sabrina here, but I don't even like playing Sabrina. I think we probably wait. I don't know, actually. Because I think it's whoever gets, yeah. I don't love any of this, I'll be honest with you. We're going to split energies here in case we draw into Gyarados, and I think we Oceanic Gift. I think we're in a really bad spot. Our opponent did play, I think they're one of Sabrina, so, I mean, technically speaking, there is a chance. Like, if we're able to draw another Gyarados and potentially, our opponent doesn't flip heads with his Origin Form Palkia, then we have a chance in this game, but realistically, I think we're in definitely a pretty rough spot. Our Origin Form Palkia going down is tough, and the Rocky Helmet comes down as well, which is definitely pretty relevant. Okay, so this is very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Okay. I don't love this really at all. I think basically what we're now forced into is unfortunately drawing another Gyarados. I don't think we really have any other out here. And there's another Manaphy. So let's Pokecon away this Manaphy, and I think that's a guaranteed Gyarados. But we might still be a turn behind on energies, I believe, unless we are able to draw into Misty. Now we could Sabrina here, and that would avoid us taking any damage, but the problem here in doing that is that our opponent will then go into Gyarados and then KO us, right? So I think without Misty here, we're kind of in a really bad spot, if I'm being honest with you. So I think we have to Sabrina this turn, just to take the KO. But if we don't draw Misty's next turn, then I just don't think there's ever a world where we win this game, honestly, especially if he has red, because Rocky Helmet red, he will be able to do all of that damage. So we've got 5 cards in deck, so technically we can, draw into Misty, get 1 coin flip, go into our second Gyarados, and potentially have a chance to win this game. But if our opponent has red with 10 cards in deck, I guess maybe he doesn't have red, but realistically, this is not looking good for us, like, whatsoever. Technically speaking, like, even just retreating would allow us to double Irida, but I don't think that's ever going to put us in a position to win. So let's go ahead and see what happens. Rocky Helmet is definitely pretty advantageous for him. And there's the red. Okay. So Rocky Helmet red could have actually been a win condition for us as well. But unfortunately, yeah, we were just 1 turn behind on energies, and I don't think there's anything we can really do here. I suppose we can retreat. No, I don't think there's ever a world where we win. Rocky Helmet still being in the deck here is unfortunate for us for sure. That could have been an alternate win condition, but I know he's got Irida in hand, so I guess it doesn't really matter too much. So yeah, we'll just kind of do our thing here. Just a turn behind, I think, no matter kind of how you slice it. Nothing that we were really able to do. I mean, technically speaking, this does give us another turn if he doesn't have a second Sabrina. But to be fair, like, he's going to have red. And if he flips heads with Misty's here, then that's going to be game anyway. Although I think it probably is game no matter what, because we already used our Sabrina. But yeah, let's take a hit here from the Gyarados, and then Yeah, we're kind of, oh, he discarded our energy as well. Very, very bad. We also just sort of drew into the Misty's a turn late as well. So, okay. So a very, very tough first game for us. There's just nothing that we kind of could have done here, I think. We did flip heads, though, on a bunch of heads on the Misty, so there's that. But, yeah, unfortunately for us, just being a turn behind on energy. If we even just had one more energy and we could have attacked this turn and had Rocky Helmet, maybe it could have been a win condition, but our opponent being able to just sort of be like a turn ahead on the energy count, but also, you know, getting that first attack off with Gyarados really kind of made the difference here. Yeah, tough. You know, it's a tough loss, but listen, in the mirror match, that's sort of what it comes down to. In fact, I'm actually glad that we had a mirror match up here because it really does illustrate that, you know, that's why these games are sort of 50-50, you know, because it does kind of really come down to, you know, who gets the startup better, right? Like who gets the better, you know, beginning, who gets the better kind of setup. And typically in mirror matches, that's kind of what it comes down to, especially in matchups like Gyarados, where, you know, there's not a whole lot of room for plays or misplays or outplaying your opponent. You really just sort of got to get a little bit more lucky than your opponent there. And unfortunately, we did not. So there's one loss in the video. Hopefully we don't see too many more losses here, but either way, let's see how it goes here. Yeah, I think a Rocky Helmet could have been really clutch for us if we had just drawn into it like way earlier, because then we could have also forced our opponent to have red, which he probably did anyway, but we also didn't see our red there. So, you know, there was a lot of things that didn't go right for us. Now, this is kind of what we do want to see, at least somewhat. I guess we don't have Magikarp, but we do start with Manaphy when we're going first, so I guess that's also not too great. But we do have the Sabrina, and we're going against yet another Gyarados matchup here. So let's see exactly how this goes. Going first, oh, we draw the Magikarp, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so I think we just pass, but going second should be advantageous if we're playing Gyarados, right? We've gone first the last two games, so that's obviously not ideal for us, but our opponent here, like, he can technically, like, just sort of, you know, attach, go into Manaphy, and then sort of be in a better position than us, but hopefully, here's the Pokeball, we'll see what he finds here. Like we have Gyarados in hand, which is definitely really, really good. And even if he leaps out, we can play an early Sabrina, which might be a big difference maker in this matchup. It is a little bit interesting. Again, I don't have a lot of Gyarados experience. Like in the mirror matchup, early Sabrina seems really good to kind of take him out of the active, right? To force him basically into something else. And he does get Manaphy and Origin Form Palkia, which is definitely a really good first turn for him, considering his start here. But I do honestly, like I'm pretty confident in saying that playing an early Sabrina here seems to be, in my mind, the correct play. Now, that might not be the case, but it certainly feels like it. We're going to Rocky Helmet, I think, Gyarados always here. It seemed really good in the mirror matchup before, but I think we play Sabrina, honestly. That's sort of just what I'm feeling. So we're going to play the Sabrina, hopefully delay him another turn, and that could be the difference. He's only got 2 cards in hand, so another turn, but basically what will happen here is our opponent is going to basically just sort of probably manually attach to Magikarp again, which really doesn't put him behind that many energies on the Gyarados, but what it does is it keeps him behind on energies on Origin Form Palkia, which, you know, could really be you know, a major factor in this matchup. I know in the last mirror match it wasn't a factor, but I think in this game here it could be a factor, so we'll have to see. Our Manaphy is safe next turn as well. We probably should have Pokeballed that turn. I'm not sure why we didn't. I think I just forgot to, but it's okay. We're doing all right. 13 cards in deck, no research yet, so we've got a red. Red could be extremely useful if we draw into it, so we definitely want that 1 copy of red. Rocky Helmet does feel really good, and he actually manually retreats out, which is, again, I think probably the smarter play from our opponent. In the Misty, so if he flips some heads with Misties here, that's going to be really good for him, yeah. That's super clutch. So even 1 heads there is really good. It kind of puts him back in a decent sort of, you know, energy tier here because he's going to have 4 on board. It really kind of puts him back on pace here. No Gyarados yet. So again, it does kind of put a little bit of pressure on us. We see the Irida. Let's play Pokeball. We should have played it before. Thin out the deck a little bit. And there's another Magikarp, which is kind of interesting for sure. I don't know if yeah, I mean, I guess benching that's safe. He doesn't have like any way to KO this, right? So let's attach to the Gyarados. We're going to Oceanic Gift this turn. And now I think what it really comes down to is, does our opponent draw into red? And does he also draw into his Gyarados? You know, that's really kind of, I think, what it comes down to. We haven't seen red yet. Our opponent, we both have 11 cards in deck as well. So this is very interesting. Gyarados is becoming exceedingly popular on Ranked Ladder. I'm telling you what. And a big reason for it is because I think it's somewhat simpler to play. I think most people understand, you know, the game flow, right? I think we always go into Origin Form Palkia here, to be honest. I think we always go Origin Form Palkia and force him to KO this, and then we can get the first attack off with Gyarados, and this is a guaranteed KO. So this is, again, I think why we should have an advantage in this game. We don't see a Gyarados yet from our opponent, but he can go into his own Origin Form Palkia and then attack us, which if he does KO us there, then that's actually pretty bad for us, because then we are sort of in a really interesting position. But we'll see. We'll see what he draws into here. If he finds the Gyarados and he flips heads, then you know what? Like, all the credit in the world to him, because that's an insane play. He goes for the second Misty, and he does get heads. I don't think it matters at this point, but you know what? Shout out to him. Let's see if he gets heads with the Zone Smash on Origin Form Palkia, because this would be a major deal. Like, this would be a very, very significant deal for our opponent. The Rocky Helmet is also really relevant, actually. So yeah, we'll see here. Does he flip heads? He doesn't. Okay. So technically speaking, you know, we have a chance here. We can also Irida as well to put us out of range of next turn. But let's go ahead and just, I guess we'll start committing to this Magikarp in case we need to. But yeah, I think we always just Irida here. I don't think we're ever going to need two Iridas in the Gyarados versus Gyarados matchup. And let's just see, do we high roll? Do we get lucky this game? We do not. Okay, all right. So we still are above 60 damage threshold, right? So technically speaking, you know, we're not, you know, see now I do sort of wish that we kept that Sabrina, you know, because like if we had Sabrina here, the game would have been over, right? So I think maybe waiting on the Sabrina was probably smart, now that I think about it, but you know, we'll see. So he goes with his own Irida here. If he flips Tails again, then that's super unfortunate for him because he doesn't have Gyarados yet. He does flip Tails again. Oh no. Oh wow. Okay. Okay, so this is really interesting. I think what we want to do is always keep Origin Form Palkia alive, actually. So I think what we do is we just guarantee going to Gyarados, we KO, and even if he evolves Gyarados, he attacks us, we can then attack, and then we also, because he only has one prize card, right, we have Origin Form Palkia. So I believe that that's always the correct decision here, in my mind. We're retreat costing 2, or is it 3? No, it's 2. Okay, yeah. And I don't think we play the, let's just play the Irida now, I suppose. I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? Okay, so really what this comes down to, I think, is, actually, I don't think it really comes down to much, unless he has Gyarados and Red in hand, and then we get KO'd, and then we lose, I guess. But in 2 cards in his hand, if he's got both Gyarados and Red this turn, then he deserves to win, honestly. But I think that this play that we did gave us our best choice, because we couldn't have Origin Form Palkia go down, and it wasn't guaranteed to take the KO here. So no red, that's really good. So we're just living, which is really important. That was sort of the, yeah, that was kind of the deciding factor there. So, okay, we definitely got lucky. Our opponent got unlucky, but you know what? You know, mirror matches is what's going on here. So maybe this video is just all Gyarados. Maybe that's what we do in this video here. We'll have to see. Shout out to our opponent. Let's play a couple more games, and maybe they will just be against Gyarados. Maybe Gyarados is just the deck that everyone's playing right now. You know what? I don't know, man. Because the Gyarados mirror match is really funny, because it really is like just all RNG. And, you know, but that's the thing when you're playing Gyarados, right? Is like there's not too much involved. Like it's hard to make the choices that lose you games. You know what I mean? I think for the most part, everybody kind of understands. We're going first yet again. And we're also going against, I think, another Gyarados, which is insane. Absolutely crazy. No Magikarp as well. Our opponent leads with Magikarp. Okay, here we go, guys. This is the Gyarados mirror match video. I don't think there's anything else going on here. Let's just go ahead and end our turn. I think we would rather save the Misties. And if we don't get Magikarp next turn, that's tough. Definitely really, really tough. But what we can do, I guess, is just Oceanic Gift and then maybe KO next turn with a Sabrina Origin Form Palkia play. Maybe playing Misty early on Origin Form Palkia would have been the better play, like just go hyper aggressive. But I don't think we really sacrifice a lot, honestly, by just doing it a turn later. Honestly, I don't think it really matters, because like if we do draw Magikarp, then maybe we just Misty to Magikarp, like he's doing here. Let's see how many heads he gets. None. Okay. Man, these mirror matches are hilarious. Like, and you know, it really depends on what you want your ranked experience to be like. No man, if he's really, really tough for our opponent here. Okay, so this is actually a tough decision, I think, because I think we want to go hyper aggressive here. But also we definitely want Gyarados out. So do we Misty Origin Form Palkia? I think because he hasn't benched his own Manaphy, I think we always research here to find our Gyarados, because, you know, if he does go into his Gyarados, then that's a pretty distinct advantage for him, and we honestly just don't even find it, so that's pretty tough for sure. But let's go ahead, and I guess we will just... man, no Magikarp is tough. Do we play Rocky Helmet? I mean, we're not getting attacked this turn, so let's hold it for now. And then we'll just Oceanic Gift. We'll Misty next turn. This is so funny. These mirror matchups are really hilarious. It's heart of the cards. It really is. I did not expect, I'll be honest, I did not expect to play 3 mirror matches in a row in this video, but our opponent is going to go second Misty, and he gets a second Tails. Wow, that is tough for our opponent there. Does he have the Gyarados, though? What did he top deck, I wonder? That's what I'm most curious about. He did top deck the Gyarados. Okay, so shout out to our opponent there. Incredible plays. So no matter what, he can't attack us next turn, which is really interesting, but we still don't have our Magikarp, which is really bad. So I think we're almost entirely reliant on this Misty getting ahead here. And I think that's bad. Okay, this is a very bad situation, I think. I do think so. But technically speaking, we can hit for 140. Nah, no, we can't do it. I was gonna say, like, maybe we had a chance, but no, I don't think we ever have a chance now, because we haven't found Magikarp. I think we just lose no matter what, which is really bad. But we have the Gyarados in hand, so you know what? You know, it's bad. This is pretty bad. The only chance we have here, I think, is if we draw into Gyarados or Magikarp this turn. I think that's literally our only chance, because I think even then we might not have a chance, but I think it's our only hope, because if we don't find Gyarados or Magikarp at all, we're gonna get attacked next turn, and that's gonna put us in a really bad spot. Yeah, that's bad. Okay, very bad. No Magikarp, 9 cards in deck on like turn 5. So yeah, not good. Not good at all. Let's go ahead and I think just lose this game. I don't think there's anything we could do. I guess we could go into Origin Form Palkia and attack. Maybe that's the play, but I'm pretty sure no matter what happens here, we lose because we didn't find our Magikarp, and I think that's just what it comes down to. Honestly, 2 Pokeball, 2 Magikarp in deck. We also had a research and a Pokemon Communications, but anyway, let's just go ahead and play red and Zone Smash for 140 damage. Isn't that bad, if we're being honest with you, but we just don't have any other way to do damage. So, yeah, not good whatsoever. I mean, technically speaking, yeah, that Gyarados is bad, but I mean, technically we could go Magikarp into Misty and still win this game. So, I'm just saying there is technically, I keep saying technically, there is a chance that we can win here. It's just extremely not likely. So we're going to go ahead here, take this damage. He's going to discard our own energy, so shout out to him. Yeah, let's see. So, I mean, we have 9 cards in deck. We have to get Pokeball or Magikarp here and then also draw into a Misty. There's the Pokeball. We have 1 Misty left in deck, so, you know, listen, I'm not counting ourselves out here because there is technically a chance. Just not a good chance. Let's cape here. We are attaching to Magikarp. We could have attached to Manaphy, but it really doesn't matter. Like, it didn't, like, I know, like, no matter what you say, there's nothing that could have changed there. So, yeah, now we are basically entirely reliant on, he's got the Sabrina. Now we are entirely reliant on drawing Misty here. And then also flipping two heads with Misty. I mean, we're living, technically. That's his only Sabrina, so, I mean, you know, there is a world where we don't lose, I suppose. But it's not looking great. Oh, connection is unstable. I don't know what's going on here. What happened to our connection? Did I lose internet? Oh, our internet's back up. Not sure what happened there, folks. I'll be honest. That was kind of suspect. No Misty, so that's a bit scary. He also discarded the energy from our Magikarp, which is awful. That's super bad. No, that was the one thing we didn't want. Okay, so maybe that means that we should have Manaphied, because then we would have had 2 energies on our board, which would have, I guess, further decreased the odds of us, you know, getting our energy discarded. But yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay, I didn't think about that. So technically, I think we did make a misplay there. I think that's a very niche misplay. I mean, to be fair, it would have increased our odds from 33% or 50% to 33%. We're going to see the red come down. Listen, we still have Misty and 5 cards in our deck, so I'm a believer. I think we have a chance, but I don't think it's a good chance. Let's see, guys. Do we top deck Misty here? Do we top deck Misty? Where is it? No! No, not the Misty. Oh, no. Okay, well, rest in peace. Rest in peace to us. Very bad, very poor. Unfortunately, just nothing went right for us that game. And our opponent literally just had Gyarados. Like, we lost to just a single Gyarados because we never found our own Gyarados there. But again, we would have lost. I know, yeah, I think you're right. I mean, if he didn't discard our energy last turn, we would have had 3 that turn. No, I think we still lost. I think Misty was our saving grace no matter what. So I think technically there we could have maybe increased our odds of having a chance to win. But okay, so we are 1 win and 2 losses against other Gyaradoses in this video. But you know what? Hey, you know what? This is what true Master Ball gameplay looks like. This is what real high level Pokemon Pocket games look like. If you want to play Gyarados and you want to roll the dice and you want to just, you know, maybe win, maybe draw the cards, maybe don't, you know, this is what we do here. This is of course a small sample size, so I think realistically Gyarados is still a good choice. I mean, as we've seen, we've lost to Gyarados twice, right? So realistically, we're going first for the 4th time in a row, by the way. For literally the 4th time in a row. We have double Misty, Rocky Helmet, Sabrina. Not great. We might get donked here, leading off with Magikarp. No Pokeball, no research, no other Pokemon. We'll see. Maybe this is just a video where we get really unlucky with Gyarados, and that's just what this video is today. Hopefully you enjoy it. Maybe you don't, but yeah. Gyarados is a fun deck. It's fun in the set. Oh, excuse me there. I didn't mean to just burp on camera, you know, into the microphone. Pokemon Communications is not very helpful. Let's just go ahead and Misty here. And get no energies from it. Okay. Yeah, I think if we don't draw into something next turn, we lose. Like, there's no way like we can do anything. We just have a Magikarp, no other Pokemon, no Pokeball, no research, no Irida as well, I guess technically. We're flipping tails on Misty. It's not going good for us in this video, you know. Certainly not lucky. Our opponent is going to be going second here. He's going to be able to. We could have attached Rocky Helmet, but to be fair, I don't think that really would have helped us at all. Let's see. What do we draw? We draw our Gyarados. Sure. I mean, I guess that works, right? Maybe we just flip 3 heads with Misty here. I mean, right? I mean, what's stopping us realistically? That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. Let's go. Oh, guys. Listen. When you play Gyarados, you really are just another level. We are just going to go ahead and Rocky Helmet, by the way. You know what? I'm not surprised that this is what this video has turned into, you know, in retrospect, actually. When you play Gyarados EX, you know, in my video yesterday, I talked in depth about, you know, the decks that I thought were the best choices in ranked mode. And, you know, something like Gyarados is very, it's very polarizing because, you know, like, it just wins or it just loses. And, like, it really does feel out of your hands sometimes. Let's play one more game. It really does feel just out of your hands. Like, there's nothing you can do to both stop or not stop what's going to happen based off of the cards that you draw. And it really does feel strange. I'm not going to lie. It does feel really weird. We're going second, and we're going against Fire, which is crazy, by the way. This is, you know, I did not expect this, I'll be honest. Like, going second, not going against a Gyarados. Very surprised here. We are going against Charizard, but, you know, the thing with the Charizard matchup, which, again, very interestingly, we hit for weakness on Charizard. So, I mean, technically speaking, Gyarados should have the advantage here, but what we need is to draw red. And I don't think we've really seen red. I think we saw it once. I think we saw it a couple games ago. We also have a Sabrina in hand as well. Or at least Sabrina is really good against Charizard, but, you know, I'm not, like, extraordinarily hopeful. He's also going first, so, I mean, I don't know. This is interesting. Charizard versus Gyarados might be the most RNG-heavy matchup, like, in the game. It really might be. He's going to X-Speed into Moltres, but I think... Do we play Sabrina next turn? Honestly, do we? Are we going to do another early Sabrina, though? I think maybe we wait on the Sabrina, right? Because we could wait and then... No, but I mean, we can't Sabrina. He's going to cape the Moltres. Okay. Very, very interesting world, isn't it? Let's research this turn. Do we Sabrina? If we Sabrina, it puts him behind a turn on energy. But do we really care about that? I don't think we Sabrina this turn. I think we wait. I think it's always worth us waiting. There's another Gyarados, and there's a Magikarp. Hey, okay. All right. We're doing things this game. We're definitely doing stuff. So if he doesn't evolve Charmeleon next turn, then we made the right decision. Now, if he does evolve Charmeleon into Charmeleon next turn, we made the wrong decision. especially if he flips like 2 or 3 heads. So it's tough. Like in hindsight, like all of the plays seem like bad plays, you know, when they don't go your way. And there's the Charmeleon. Okay, so this is tough for a variety of reasons. Also the research. The Charmeleon research there scares the absolutely, like it scares me dramatically. So, I mean, technically speaking, what we can do, right, is go into Origin Form Palkia. And now, okay, so he's going to go 2 for 3, gets Charmeleon, has Giant Cape on the Moltres. So everything's kind of going his way, seemingly right now, right? Seemingly. So, I guess we also have Rocky Helmet in the deck at least somewhere. So I think what we do here is we're going to Misty, but who do we Misty to? I think we always Misty the Gyarados, not Sabrina. I think we always Misty to Gyarados. This could matter. It's Tails. Okay, so, okay. Always attach Gyarados, and we're going to do this. So if he has Charizard next turn, he's going to have to Moltres, right? So no matter what we can do is we can go into like Origin Form Palkia, get some damage off on that Charizard, and then sort of force him to deal with us that way. So I think we're okay, but if he doesn't Charizard this turn, then we're definitely really okay, right? Because then we can just kill... Okay, there's the Charizard. Yeah, I mean, I think because we have Origin Form Palkia, we're okay. You know, one thing to note, though, is that, you know, a lot of the top decks in the format... oh, we discard... Did we... I thought he had 3 energies on them. Maybe not. Maybe he had 2. One thing to note is that really all of the top decks in the format are able to set up 2 Pokemon at once. And I think that's a very important distinction, truthfully. But we're definitely going to go Sabrina into Origin Form Palkia here. There's no... You can't convince me otherwise. That's obviously what we're doing. Another Manaphy. I don't think it's worth benching that. So in doing this, what we do basically is we guarantee some damage on this Charizard, and then Gyarados can clean up, right? So I think this puts us in a very advantageous position. I think. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure this puts us in a really good spot. We are hitting for weakness, so I mean, I don't think it actually matters because he might be playing healing, but I think the 60 damage is going to be enough anyway, or 80, I should say. Because Gyarados hits for 160 next turn, so I don't think he has any way to get up to 60 HP this turn. So, yeah, I think that's the play. Does Gyarados have a really good Charizard matchup? I should know that, but it's a really weird interaction where I never really thought much about. He's got Cape. Cape doesn't save him. We are hitting weakness, so Gyarados hits for 160. Does he have like double potion or something here? Even if he does, yeah, he's going to attach to the Moltres. But we have Irida. He's going to Iono us. Not having Irida is a bit scary, actually. But we have Cape, and we have Manaphy, and we have another Magikarp. Okay. Okay. No, I think we're okay. I think we're doing all right. This is such a weird matchup. I've played so many games with these Giratina decks that I almost just feel like, you know, if we discarded energy for Moltres, by the way, here, that would be absolutely insane. And there's another Gyarados. I don't think we ever bench anything here. Let's just Giant Cape the Gyarados. We'll KO the Charizard, and then I think we kind of just hope to draw red with 8 cards in deck. But I mean, even if we don't, I guess we're just gonna... How can he beat us? He can't, right? I think his only out at this point is like double red Moltres, but I don't even think that's enough, right? That'd be 90. No, it's not enough. Yeah. I think we win. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what our opponent can do here. You know, we're just on the Gyarados ride here. This video might be not entertaining to any of you guys. And if it's not, I apologize, but I haven't played Gyarados like ever on the channel. There's the Irida. So I wanted to play Gyarados because I think it's important to showcase what this deck really is all about. I know some people hate it, some people love it. It is sort of an RNG machine. But you know, sometimes we KO anyway with... Oh no, he's not weak to water. I always forget Moltres is weak to electric. But yeah, this is the Gyarados experience, and in fact, I'm actually glad I made this video. And that's gonna be it, guys. We're gonna wrap it up there. So we ended up going positive. We lost to Gyarados twice. We beat one Gyarados. We beat Charizard. We beat, I think, some Weezing deck that I don't know what that was, but we went positive with Gyarados. And again, I think what this does here is properly sum up the Gyarados experience in ranked mode. If you're going to be playing a deck here, Gyarados isn't a bad choice. Listen, I don't think that necessarily you have as much opportunity to win games when you're playing Gyarados as maybe, you know, some of the Giratina decks like Giratina Mewtwo is what I played a lot of. But the thing is that you should go above like 50%. Like even in Master Ball rank, if you're playing Gyarados and you're playing the proper list, like you should go like anywhere from like 55 to 60% win rate, which again should slowly let you, you know, increase your rank. And again, you don't have to spend too much of a thought process in terms of, you know, the plays you're going to make or what happens with Gyarados. So you really are just sort of at the whim of, you know, drawing the cards in at RNG. But again, it should result in you winning more games than losing. So that's why I put Gyarados so high on my tier list. Again, we didn't see any, you know, Darkrai Giratina in this video, but I think that's by far the most common deck in ranked right now that's not Gyarados, and you have a good matchup against that. So again, the mirror match, definitely RNG. Seemingly, I think the Charizard matchup feels really good. And of course, it's going to be pretty good against the Giratina decks as well. So yeah, guys, there it is. There is Master Ball ranked Gyarados. We are number 5,405. I don't know how much ranked I'll play in the next couple of weeks. I will probably go live again Saturday. I don't know what deck we're going to play, but stay tuned for our live stream on Saturday. Maybe we'll grind some Master Ball rank a little bit. Yeah, you know, for the most part, listen, Gyarados is a fun deck. It's, in my mind, it's a little bit more simple to play, a little bit more RNG based, but certainly you can't dispute how strong of a deck Gyarados is. So you got to give it some credit. And like I said, I think for some people that maybe, you know, don't have, maybe you have a lot of distractions going around, right? Maybe you don't have time to just like lock into Pokemon Pocket for hours on end. Maybe Gyarados is the pick for you. I don't know what else to say. I really don't about Gyarados. I don't think that any play I made in this entire video was something that you guys wouldn't have made, and I don't think that you know, any plays that we could have made could have won us games. So, you know, realistically, that's just what it comes down to with Gyarados. But you know what? I had fun either way, I'm not going to lie. So, you know what? This deck is probably good for some people. For me, it's maybe not the deck I would choose to play all the time, but you know what? Gyarados is Gyarados. Let's wrap up the video here, guys. Peace out. Have a good one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And check out my video I posted yesterday for my other top deck choices for grinding the rank ladder right now. That video should be helpful to you guys. I go in a little bit more detail. But anyway, that was Gyarados. Comment below what you think of it. It's pretty fun. I have no other words. I really don't. Anyway, guys, peace out. Have a good one. We'll see you guys later. And, yeah. Bye.